Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another wrestling ranking video. So this video, I actually wanted to do this video a long time ago. I had this planned a long time ago and I was planning on releasing this a couple of weeks ago on the Raw Netflix premiere. But unfortunately, I had to do other videos on this channel and I kept delaying it, pushing it back. And yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it is, but we'll do it today. I want to rank every WWE Monday Night Raw logo. A month ago, I did one for Smackdown, so if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description. And I've actually done other logo ranking videos regarding WWE, like I've ranked every WrestleMania logo from 1 to 40, which was actually one of my first successful videos on this channel. I've also ranked every SummerSlam logo. I've also ranked Money in the Bank briefcases, and I've done some WWE championship, heavyweight championship ranking, and I've also done every current WWE title ranking minus the women's IC and women's US championship. I'll do a video on that really soon, actually. Yeah, so if you want to see more wrestling content, please hit the like and subscribe button, and yeah, I could bring more wrestling content on this channel. Surprisingly, we only have like 9 logos, because, and when I say surprisingly, that's because like WWE RAW has been going on since 1993, so I thought we'd have more logos, but surprisingly it's the same amount as SmackDown logos. We only have 9 logos to go through, so hopefully it won't be a long video. Now, before I even do the ranking, I just want to briefly touch up on what was the rumored WWE RAW logo that was, I think it was released on the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Just looking at it in front of me right now, that logo it's not a bad logo. I don't love it, I don't hate it, but it feels kind of futuristic, kind of stringy. It's one of those, because like there's way too many angulars, like that little angle underline, and then there's like a straight line on top of it. It feels like one of those things where it looks good now, but it doesn't feel timeless. It doesn't feel like something that you would like, 2 years from now. You might get sick of it. And to me, a good, successful logo should be timeless. I know WWE likes to change their logos like every 5 years for their shows, which is fine, it's great, it's refreshing. But at the same time, you want a logo to be timeless. You want like a sports team, right? You don't want them to change your logos. You want that logo to last like 100 years, right? So I would put it in the middle, because I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. So with that, let's just get into it with the ranking. We have 9 logos. And in last place, we have the 2002 to 2006 WWE RAW logo. I'm not a big fan of the word mark of RAW. I'm not a fan of like the side of the bottom left side of the R and the top right side of the W. And I'm not a fan of that metal border. It looks kind of cheesy. Feels like it's one of those indie shows, like they're trying to be like hardcore extreme when they're not. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. May have been, actually, that was the start of the horrible WWE era. I never liked that era of wrestling anyways, but yeah, I'm not a fan of that logo. Looks cheap, in my opinion. In second last place, we have the 2012 to 2016 WWE RAW logo. I'm not a fan of that underline. It's kind of cheesy in a way. Also, I do want to say, briefly that I got all these things from Wikia. That's where all my sources are from. And there are other logos, like side logos, but I'm only using the 9 official WWE RAW logos. And there will be some on the screen that were secondary logos, but I'm not really going to talk about them, and they're not part of the ranking. So back to this logo. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the underline. I'm not a fan of that the gradient that it has. I like a flat logo, because to me a flat logo looks timeless, looks clean. May sound boring, but in my opinion, those are the ones that can last forever, and you're not going to get bored of it. You might say, oh, it's missing something, but it's not overdone. So I don't like that reflection that it has. Looks like it's under glass or something, and it looks kind of cheesy. In third last place, we have the 2006 to 2012 WWE RAW logo. Kind of similar to the to the 2012 to 2016 one. The only difference is that I guess I like it more that it has the R has that line coming out of it. I do like that the W has something on top of it, so it kind of balances out. But I don't like the texture of it, the reflection that it has. It's not very flat. And this is when they started to use like the HD secondary logo, and then they also had the Raw Super Show. They're not bad, but it's just weren't my favorites. Next, we have the 1997 to 2001 WWE Raw logo. Well, this one was actually called Raw is War, and I'm not a fan of the Raw is War branding, because then you pretty much just changed the name. I just like WWE Raw or Monday Night Raw. This was during the Monday Night Wars anyway, so I guess it made sense, but I didn't like it. But I did like the Warzone logo. That one actually looks pretty good. And next we have the 2025 Raw logo, which is the current logo. I think it's going to take some time to get used to it. It's not a bad logo. I am missing the red. That's why it's kind of in the middle. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I just prefer a more red logo. Maybe if it was the other way around, maybe if Raw wasn't red and the line on top and the bottom were in white, or that gray scale gradient, maybe I would have liked that a little bit more. I'm just not a fan of the texture. I think I like the design of it. I just don't like the coloring of it, because I'm not a fan of gradients in logo. I prefer something flat, because gradients is just feels like a cop-out. It's just something that I used to do when I first started graphic design, just learning graphic design. I would put gradients on everything, and I've learned to just like more solid colors. So I'm just not a fan of the coloring of Raw, but I like the design as a whole, and that's why I feel like it's more in the middle. Next, we have the 2001 to 2002 Raw logo. I like the word mark of Raw. I just don't like the border around it. That whole metal, cheesy looking metal logo. Border. That metal border around it. It just not for me. It doesn't age well. That's why I like it just raw like that. It feels kind of like an army kind of thing. I like that word mark way more. Just the Raw by itself. Next, we have the 2016 to 2019 Raw logo, and this may seem a little boring, but it feels very nice and clean and timeless. It just has a border under it, and this is not the official one. The original one that came out, I was not a fan of in terms of coloring, so I like this one more. It's got that nice bright. I don't like the deep red. I like that nice brighter red color. For Raw, it's just an underline, but it's so simple and clean and to the point, and that's just what I like about it. No 3D, nothing. I like that flat version way more. Next, we have the 2019 to the 2024, and it's very similar to the previous logo, the 2016 to 2019. Only this one has an arrow pointing down, and it's kind of more of like an angular shape, and I think I like it more because it's just it has like some movement, some motion in there. So that's why I like it slightly more. It was a bit of a toss-up. I wasn't sure if I liked the 2016 to 2019 one more versus the 2019 to the 2024 one. I just like the 2019 to the 2024 Raw logo just a little bit more. Not a lot, just a little bit. So that was in second place. In first place, my favorite one, and I think it makes sense. The 1993 Raw logo. I just love this just for nostalgia purpose. So, I mean, I feel like it's a bit of a cop out that I like this one more. I don't like I don't like those textures on a logo. I like the flatter one more, that bright red. But I really like this a lot. It's very nice and clean, and it's the original. That's why. Most people like the original logos a lot more anyways. So this is my ranking. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a quick one. And if you have any ideas of what kind of wrestling themed videos I should do before WrestleMania, please let me know in the comments. I'd be very interested because I'm not going to rank, I don't want to rank now like, logos from 1 to 41 here, because I already did 1 to 40. So I don't want to do that. I'm just thinking of maybe posters or just talk about matches. What's my top 5 matches? I don't know. Let me know in the comments which kind of wrestling content that you'd be interested in, and I would consider it. I do have another wrestling video planned out really soon, maybe even like this week. No promises, but hopefully this week. Anyways, guys, yeah, this is it for the video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope I get to see you on the next one.